become bowl eligible for a 6th straight season. They need a win. Oklahoma State with a win. For the Big 12 championship. If Oklahoma State were to lose, it'll be Oklahoma playing for the Big 12 title. Anish Shroff, Andre Ware, Paul Carcaterra will be with us in just a moment. It's amazing to think Oklahoma State in September was blown out on this field by South Alabama.
Yeah.
Then they recalibrated. Now today they're playing for a spot in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, and all you want as a player is a chance. You want to know what's out there. What can I go do? And for Oklahoma State, it's right ahead of them. Win, and you're in the conference championship game. For BYU, it's you win, and you're going to a bowl game, 15 extra practices for your program. So it's simple for the players. Just go out and get it done.
And what changed for Oklahoma State? Well, they started leaning on their running back, and Ollie Gordon has been as good as we've seen in college football.
Yeah, he's been magical, leading the nation in rushing, over 1,400 yards. He can run it, bounce it, and get it outside. He can run between the tackles. He's spectacular, a guy that has basically taken over as the focal point of this Oklahoma State offense.
He only had 19 carries
in
the first 3 games. He's done the majority of his work in league play. For BYU, this is a team that's had growing pains in its first season in the Big 12. But the last few weeks, with a quarterback change due to injury, things have opened up offensively.
Yeah, enter Jake Retzloff, who is a magical player in his own right, led the nation in terms of the junior college level in passing. Over 4,500 yards, 44 touchdown passes to go along with it. Inserting him into the lineup has really changed things for BYU's offense in their passing game.
It has really opened up the run as well.
I should ask you for... You know, Mike Leach used to always say, we're coaches, we're not bankers. I hate wearing a tie.
Me too.
I'm sure you do.
Well,
you know, if
my
I can
man.
ever help you, let me know,
You've
okay?
always been so
all
good
right,
to
man,
me.
proud of you,
appreciate
man.
that.
I am,
Thank
I'm proud
so
of you, all right?
Thank
Good
you.
man, you're a good man.
Andre, next year we got to make the sweatshirt blazer thing
I like it.
a thing.
Let's do it.
Mike Gundy has had a stellar career at Oklahoma State. He's done nothing but win. And Paul Carcaterra, even when there were some doubters back in September, boy, has he silenced them.
Well, Anish, he is a flat-out winner. He's been at Oklahoma State for 19 years, 18 straight winning seasons. But on this field in September, when they were hammered against South Alabama, not many people expected this team to be 1 win away from a Big 12 championship game. But after that game, he told us they amped things up. They started practicing longer, ones repping against ones, and they haven't stopped since. Every single player bought in, and when things got tough, nobody pointed a finger. He went on to say he loves this group, and he's having as much fun with this team as he's had with any in almost 2 decades.
And Andre, they also simplified.
Yeah, they did. I mean, you're talking about a group that at any given time or any given year, they've thrown it in 1 year, they've run it in 1 year. He's smart enough to adapt his program and figure out what the offense or the defense needs from year to year for them to be successful and keep them in a position to run for a conference championship.
Kawani Satake, another head coach at his alma mater. He's led BYU to a bowl game the last 5 years.
Another winner. Guy that just wins and gets them to bowl games. And I think fan bases need to be careful, especially 2 programs like this. And, you know, you start talking and asking for much, much more. Allow these guys to continue coaching and going about their winning ways, because sometimes there have been a lot of programs that have let coaches go and they've never recovered.
BYU knows the value of continuity. Lavelle Edwards all those years, Bronco Mendenhall. Oklahoma State won the toss, electing to receive. And this is Brennan Presley who brings it out across the 25 to the 28. So we get to see this Cowboys offense first, and Oklahoma State is led by Alan Bowman, their quarterback. It's been an odyssey for him. He began his career in the Big 12 at Texas Tech, was putting up Andre Ware numbers as a freshman, then had injuries, went to Michigan where he sat on the bench for the last few years, back in the Big 12. And again, 1 win away from taking this team to the Big 12 championship.
What did Mike Gundy and Casey Dunn tell us? That he was kind of perfect for what they wanted in a quarterback in this program. And at his time in Texas Tech and Michigan, it's kind of a blend of both offenses which he's played in.
First down, he hands it off to Ollie Gordon, who's got a huge hole Got a great block by his receiver, Owens, and brings it into BYU territory for a pickup of 23.
Excellent blocks up front along the offensive line, that right side, and Springfield and Wilson opening up holes for the nation's #1 leader.
Screen pass to the outside. That is Presley, and he zigzags his way inside the 30 of BYU. 20 more for Presley, who last week had 15 catches, one shy of the Oklahoma State school record.
Yeah, tossing 189 yards to go along with that. But what do you do in a game? You're trying to get to a Big 12 championship game. Rely on your playmakers, Gordon and Presley.
Bowman will check down to Gordon, hurdles one defender, and then ducks under to get to the 27 for a short pickup.
And that's what you do. You rely on guys that you know can make plays. Oklahoma State, they open up the game with a big run with Ollie Gordon second, and then a big pass play to Brennan Presley. Run and pass, keeping BYU off balance.
It's Gordon again, and he hammerheads to the 21, about 1.5 yards shy of the line to gain. Ollie Gordon again, the nation's leading rusher. His first 3 games really was part of a timeshare at running back. So in his 8 conference games, he's done the majority of his work, 92% of his yards in Big 12 play.
It's Barry Sanders-like in the last kind of 7-8 games for Ollie Gordon. I mean, it's been impressive what he's done on the ground.
Presley motions. The pistol set is something Oklahoma State has gone to more with Gordon. Here's Presley, and he's erased to the backfield by Jacob Robinson. He's one of the top corners in the entire Big 12. It's 4th down.
Nice tackle there. And you see Oklahoma State go ahead and take the points here early with Alex Hale, who they feel pretty good about. They went for a loss there on that play against the stingy defense, especially early in the game. They're the only team, I think, in the country that hasn't allowed a TD on the opening drive all season.
That one gets away on the pitch. It's a loose ball, and Oklahoma State covers it up. As dynamic as Retzlaff can be at times, he has been turnover prone, and Trey Rucker gets the fumble recovery.
Yeah, I'm not sure that one's on Jake Retzlaff. I think it may have been on Aiden Robinson, just not handling
Ruling
a
on the
pitch.
field,
It's
the
right there. He kind of
covered
throttles his body down,
down,
not expecting the pitch, and then all of a sudden it's on him, and then bouncing off his shoulder pads and onto the turf. But that one's not on Retzlaff. It's right there. You can see Aiden Robbins take his eyes off the pitch just long enough for it to hit his shoulder pads and end up on the turf. Well, what a start this would be for Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State. And the turnovers for for BYU the last 4 games, -8.
Quick throw. It's Leon Johnson.
First team All-American at Division III, George Fox, where he had a bunch of receiving yards. Actually, he had his best game against Cincinnati this year. His first FBS game, he had 149 yards.
Ollie Gordon. Wow. The patience, the vision. It's 1st and goal.
Always seems to have one here, right? You know, going all the way back to the days of Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders. I mean, they've got just a boatload of running backs, and especially under head coach Mike Gundy, been able to produce some pretty good running backs over the last few years.
Pistol set. Gordon behind Bowman. Gordon again.
There's nowhere to go. BYU showing their ability to be stingy and stout up front. Hard to move. Mahe is a big guy up front, right in the middle of that BYU defensive line that they really like down here.
Multiple tight end set. Gordon gets the call. Turned back by this BYU defense, only a yard. 3rd and goal. Is this 4-down territory?
I think so, because you have the lead, and Mike Gundy may roll the dice if it gets to 4th down. But this would be a huge win, and we call them small wins for BYU, if they're able to just hold for a field goal. Big turnover, their own end of the field this deep, couple of 1st down or so, and they're knocking at the door. But to hold to a field goal attempt here would be huge for BYU.
They feed Gordon again and turned back again. The BYU defense, it's Max Tooley and the safety crew Wakely making the stop. Now it's 4th down, and Oklahoma State will settle for 3.
Yeah, Tooley showing his versatility and his ability to play sideline to sideline. That's kind of how he is. Explosive player who is really, really good off the edge of their defense and can play the run between the tackles. I can't tell you how big this is for BYU to just hold into this